made it back to New Orleans. I'm pretty excited to be here. I've been spending the last couple of days though just catching up with Antine and some of my other friends who were in town. They randomly just happened to be here from out of town this weekend, which was really convenient. It was really great getting the chance to see them. It's looking like I'm gonna be here for a little while, so you guys better get used to seeing this beautiful city in the vlog, at least for now. You may be wondering why I'm wearing my brown shirt today. Well, this week I'm proud to say that it's the only week in the NFL season where the Browns just simply cannot lose because they're on bye. It is Sunday today, but by the time you guys see this video, it'll be Tuesday. Works the same way as always. Post your questions below and then I'll pick out a handful of them and answer them as part of an upcoming Tuesday vlog. We got a few here from Craig Thomas to start off. What's the biggest thing you have learned about yourself since living in the element? That's a good question. I'd say more than likely it's that I don't really care about what people think as much as maybe I thought I did before living in the element, and maybe that's partially a way that I've grown, but also something that I've learned about myself. I don't know, I guess that maybe I've just become more confident in this lifestyle and in the decisions that I've made for myself at this point, and I just don't really care about how other people judge me, because obviously this lifestyle is different from the norm. It's going to be judged. I know I've said that in previous videos, and I've just grown to accept that and learn that I'm more capable of dealing with that sort of conflict, I guess, than I thought that I originally was. Have you ever thought about visiting Slab City? Yes, definitely. Every time I've been in Southern California, though, it's just been like the middle of the summer, so it's just been too hot to go down there and actually spend a few nights down there. At some point, though, in the future, if I'm ever out there in the wintertime or so in the desert, I'll definitely try to make it over there and explore it. I'd love to see it. And then the third one here, you obviously surf a lot and also do a lot of staying in the national parks. If you had to choose one, would you stay at the beach or in the mountains or national parks to settle down? I think I'd like to settle down closer to the beach. It's not necessarily something that'll definitely work out, though. I see myself living off grid in the future, and the way that just land and all that sort of thing works, it's usually cheaper to live inland, like in the desert or by the mountains. So if that had to happen, I would just try to be as close to the beach as I could, and then drive and, you know, have obviously a camper van or something like that, and be able to go surf for a week and then go back home after that. But ideally, I'd like to be as close to the beach as possible. Fred Gardner, what do you do for car repairs? How do you not get ripped off? I have been ripped off before. There was one time when I replaced my starter back when I was in New Orleans last time. I just started a new job and I needed to get it taken care of as fast as possible. So partially it was my decision to allow myself to get ripped off, but at the same time I paid more than that. But I do try to avoid it as much as I can. I do try to tackle some minor repairs and whatnot myself. I did the AC condenser fan myself a while back, things like that, you know, and if it is a major issue, then I have to take it to a trusted mechanic. I do have someone here in New Orleans now, though, that I've gotten a little bit closer with, and I feel like they're not really ripping me off that much. And there's a lot of information on the internet, too, so you can look at, like, average costs to repair things beforehand and get an idea. And I'm always trying to make sure that I'm on top of what could possibly go wrong with the element, although there are always surprises. Ruben Osuna, hi Nate, your videos are top notch. Thank you. I know it took you a while to make the decision to live full time in the element, but what was the final catalyst that made you make the decision in the end? I think it was just realizing that things were not going to get worse for me. I was pretty miserable. I was not happy in the lifestyle that I was living. I felt very trapped. I felt like I wasn't really accomplishing anything, and I had been thinking about doing this for a while, like you said. So I realized, like, things are not going to get worse unless I stay where I am right now. I'm trapped. I'm not going anywhere. It's time for me to make the move, and I'm very happy that I did. I certainly don't regret it now that we're getting on almost 2 years from when I made that decision. Pamela, Q&A question, are you taking on new clients for YouTube video editing? Yeah, definitely. For freelance editing and whatnot, I've always open to exploring new projects and possibly taking on new clients. Definitely. If you're interested, send me an email, nate@elementvanlife.com, or you can check out my website, njmtech.com. And the last one here is from Noel Vallejo. They say, "Hello, Nate. I truly commend you on your journey. It takes a very strong person, both physically and mentally, to do what you're doing." Thank you. Other than surfing, do you enjoy your any other sports, such as skateboarding or snowboarding? That's a good question. I do. You mentioned here about if I'm going to go skiing in the northern states at some point in the winter. I do ski. I skied quite a bit in the past. I have my own skis and my own boots and everything. I think one of my original videos actually was probably the last time that I went skiing, and that was in New Mexico, Taos, New Mexico. I had all my gear with me at the time, but I've since brought it back up to my parents' place and left it with them, just because it doesn't really make sense to be lugging around skis and boots in the element here. They take up a lot of space for, only go skiing once or twice in the year. Skiing is a very expensive hobby. It's something that I just really financially can't really afford to do right now anyways, so I'm gonna leave them up there, maybe try to get in a day if I go up, during the holidays, December or so, but for the most part, skiing isn't really on the radar, at least for the immediate future. At some point in my life, I definitely see myself getting back into it. It's something that I really enjoy doing, but as of right now, it's not something that I'm gonna be doing. New Orleans is a very special city, well, for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that it has a lot of very unique and distinct neighborhoods. I want to try to focus on one of these neighborhoods in each of the upcoming vlogs over the next month or so, and try to showcase what makes that area so special to the city. Thanks for watching, guys. Before ending the vlog, I do have some new Patreon pledges to thank: Wilf Middleton, Mason Phillips, Ben Alamia, Rachel Honorati, and Benny McFowles. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon team. Your support will keep these videos alive. I'll talk to y'all in the next one.